Everybody, welcome back to the Spurs 9501 podcast. I've got a very special guest with us. We've got Ram from the Plot Malaysia. Hello, Ram. How are you?
Hi, Ray. So good to be here. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
No, it's our pleasure.
Honored,
I've been meaning to invite you for a long time. And so, everybody, Ram's on the show today, specifically nothing to do with Tottenham today. We're going to discuss about Cristiano Ronaldo's return to Manchester United. So I want to get Ram as a really avid United fan, get his views on some issues to do with Ronaldo. So the first thing, Ram, is I'm going to play this clip for you. Just have a listen to this clip for me, yeah?
Cristiano Ronaldo has made a sensational return to Manchester United. Straight to you, Carvey. Goodness me, this has happened so quickly. What have Manchester United said now?
Well, look, they've announced just in the last few minutes that they have re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo. I think the message they put up on social media has broken the internet. This is incredible news for Manchester United. I think it's probably the best signing Manchester United have made since the last time they signed Cristiano Ronaldo.
So, Ram, that was the sort of news when it came out. Tell us your thoughts when you first heard that United had re-signed CR7.
Wow, I must say, before I actually answer that question, Ray, I must say that there was a rumor that said that Ronaldo would be going to Manchester City.
Yeah, I heard that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I accepted it. I was like, okay, fine. I think it's time for him to come back into the Premier League, regardless of whatever club he's going to play for. It's going to be exciting, and though it pained me at that point of time, thinking that, oh man, he's going to be wearing the blue side of Manchester's shirt and not the red side, and I felt really, really bad. And we did a stream, me and Hurry, we actually did a stream, and we talked about it, and we openly said, and he asked me this kind of questions like, how do you feel if he is going to Man City? And I'm like, oh man, I was very sad. But then he called me up. Hurry actually called me up and said, Ram, guess what? Cristiano Ronaldo is going to United. And I was like, what? I was like just watching TV, chilling out with my family. And I'm like, huh? What? Is it really, really happening? And then, of course, I went on social media. I couldn't wait to hear the news. I wanted to really, really see it for myself. And true enough, he is back at Old Trafford. He was going to sign at Old Trafford. And that was when, all these nostalgic moments, came into my mind, when you thought about when the first time he came to United, how lively it was when he was in the team with Roy Keane, Van Nistelrooy, what have you. And there was some good football that we used to watch. So all these moments kept coming into my mind. And honestly, I couldn't wait for the first game to start. And of course, when he started scoring goals, it was like, yep, business as usual, But honestly, it was a great feeling, nevertheless. I was just ecstatic. And honestly, I feel bad for Sancho and Varane because he just overshadowed them, because...
Yeah.
So in that sense, I was very excited, definitely.
Okay, great. Do you agree with what the commentator said, that this is the best signing they've made since they signed him the first time?
Yes and no, actually, to be honest. Yes, in a sense that obviously because he's a high-profile player, he is guaranteed to score goals. And as you can see, he's got 5 goals in 5 games for United. Sorry, 5 goals in 6 games for United. So, yeah, that kind of thing, yes, I do agree in that sense. But no, because firstly, it's because of his age. He's not the same Ronaldo as he was before. We can't expect him to be running down the wing like he did before, he used to do before. He used to really torment a lot of defenders. But right now, you see him being a little bit more, central in that sense as a forward. So you're going to see him, in a sense, more tap-in goals. You're going to see him heading in goals. So in that sense, no. But does he still have a good amount of years, left in him? I think so, because he really keeps himself really fit. So I'm only excited to see how he can actually keep up to the Premier League, having played in other leagues overseas where it's not so demanding in that sense physically. Yep. So it would be very, very interesting to see how he keep up. And I don't think that he would be able to last very long in the season. I know I'm making a very bold statement here, Ray, but I have a feeling that he will not really be able to cope up that fast. Yeah.
So do you mean, by saying that, do you think he's going to be rested for games and he's not going to play every game? Is that what you mean? Okay.
Yep, and I think he has to also accept that, because Ole is going to be resting him more, giving players like Cavani a chance to shine as well, giving players like Sancho, Greenwood, Marcus Rashford when he comes back from injury. So I think, in all fairness, I think everyone deserves a chance to play in this team. So if Ronaldo is bound to start every single game, then I don't know if it's going to affect the way we play. I don't know if it's going to spoil our potential gameplay. But to be honest, Ray, we don't even have a gameplay at the moment. we don't even have a pattern at the moment. So
well, I'll come on to Solskjaer and Ronaldo later. But do you think that Ronaldo's? Is he bringing the winning mentality to United? Because other than a few players, not many people have won stuff at United. Do you think part of the reason was for him to bring that mentality into the dressing room?
Yes, I do think so. I think with him around, he's always about winning. He's always about winning trophies. He's always about breaking records. So, he's going to come in with that sort of a mentality that is going to be hard to break down. Yes, in that sense, in the dressing room, it will improve. But having said that, right, I think there's a lot more that needs to be done, more than just having a winning mentality. I think a lot more needs to be done in the sense that proper, a proper guidance, I would say, not just from him, but I think from all the experienced players in the team, which I think is lacking right now. So I don't think Ronaldo can carry, so much on his shoulders. I think, you got to give him a break as well. But yes, he comes in with that winning mentality. But what's the surprising part? He was brought in at the very last minute. So if he was not coming in, I don't know who would have been able to do that. I don't even know whether we would have been winning our first few games. So
Varane, I think they brought in. Varane's won a lot at Real Madrid, but. Okay, so there's a big, probably in Malaysia as well, but there's a big hoo-ha in the UK about why Ronaldo was dropped for the match, etc., for the recent Premier League match. Let me just play you what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said to you, and then we'll get your comments on that, yeah?
You make decisions throughout for a long season, and you've got to manage the players' workload, and that was, the decision was, for me, the correct one today. Anthony Martial came on, did well, scored a good goal. Edinson needed minute. He got an hour. Could have had a good goal, great cross and great chance for him. So we have to make those decisions at times.
So let me ask you, do you agree with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that he's going to have to manage it, and people like Cavani and Martial, they need to be brought into the picture and also given their chance?
In that sense, of course, I do agree that, everyone deserves a chance to play in this team. But I also believe that if something is working, if you have Ronaldo in the team that's scoring goals, then why leave him out? It's as simple as that. So the argument that I have with this is that was a must-win game, in my opinion, because before you go into an international break, you want to set the tone. You want United to be on a high, not losing points, not dropping points. You don't be at the top, it's okay, but you want them to end on a win, because it sets up a good momentum, when you come back from the international break. So I was actually, Ray, I was surprised with the starting lineup, to be honest. And yes, not seeing Ronaldo up front really bemused me. I was like, what? Really? I was not even happy at all. And I could see it was so evident on the game that Everton, was really good. They were a better side. They had a proper game plan. They had a proper gameplay. And I have to say this, Ray, although I know it's not mentioned, but I'm going to say this. I don't know why Ole keeps starting Fred and McTominay, and thinking he's going to win games. But going back to the clip that you've actually, the voice that you've actually shared with me, I disagree with him on that game. I think that from the way he sounds, based on how he was sounding, the way he was talking, doesn't seem to me like he was convinced that was the right decision. I think he felt that it was the wrong decision, but he just had to cover it up. So that's what I think.
Yeah. So, I agree with you, because they beat Villarreal. He scored at the last minute. Why would you drop a guy for the next match? It just doesn't make sense, does it?
It doesn't. I don't see any manager doing that. I think anyone. I think Nuno will not do that. If Son
even Nuno
Harry Kane
wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't do that. So I totally disagree with Ole on that one. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So again, do you think he's got? Why do you think he did that? Is it because he wants to keep Martial and Cavani happy, etc., or do you think he's just a bad manager? He doesn't understand that you should keep the same team. Why is Ole doing that, do you think?
I mean,
is
it's
it to keep everybody happy?
Well, I mean, keeping everyone happy, it's good. It's good for the team. But I always believe you can't keep everyone happy, especially when the players know they're doing really well. Okay,
Yep.
and Ronaldo and Pogba are two hot-headed egos. Okay, they've
Yep.
got big egos above their head. And when they know they're playing well, they deserve to play continuously in the team.
I agree.
And the only reason they should be dropped is when they're having a run of poor performances, and they themselves will understand, okay, yeah, exactly, or injured or something, or red card or whatever it is. And that's the thing, Ole does not know how to manage these kind of egoistic players or players with high egos. He does not know how to do that. And that is why, I can really see Ronaldo, okay, so to speak, all right, taking over these decisions that are going to be made by Ole. And you can really see it's so evident on the papers and the news, right, that Ronaldo is the one that's demanding a change versus Ole demanding a change. So there's a lot of this happening, and I think now it's going to worsen further.
Okay, that's interesting. Actually,
so,
what you're saying actually goes into the next segment, where there's a lot of talk about whether actually Ronaldo is bigger than Ole and he's going to be driving things. So just have a quick listen to this last clip and then we'll discuss it, yeah?
Sure. Definitely.
Is he the right man? When you bring in somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo, Ronaldo's not bigger than Man United, but he is bigger than Solskjaer. Whether people like that or not, he is bigger than Solskjaer. So just signing Cristiano Ronaldo, it can't be a negative because of the goals he gets, right? Can't be a negative because the fans absolutely love it. And I can tell you from being on a tram last week after that Villarreal game, which was packed with United fans, all singing Ronaldo's name with Ronaldo 7 shirts on their backs. They love the fact they have re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo. So the fans are loving it. Whatever's happening, the fans are loving it. But in terms of winning stuff, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the right man to manage this club at this time?
Well,
so Ram, what do you think about that? Firstly, do you agree with the fact that Ronaldo is bigger than Solskjaer? And the second point, is he big enough to manage all these different egos in the team?
Well, definitely Ronaldo is bigger than Solskjaer for sure, because no doubt that Solskjaer was a big legend as well, winning us the Champions League back in 1999 for sure.
Yeah.
But when it goes down to how the team has gone on post Ole when he was playing, I think Ronaldo definitely is up there. He was scoring goals, he was going after defenders, he was starting almost all the games, and he had a good 6 years that actually overshadowed the number of years that Solskjaer actually played for United. I have all the respect for Solskjaer as a player. I have no disrespect to him whatsoever. I love him as a player when he was playing for us. As a manager, when he first started, love him as well. He was raking in the results. We climbed the table, so it was good. But the thing is, he is not the right manager right now because of the players that we have. Now, if we had any players that were not Ronaldo-esque or Pogba caliber, I think you can say that he would be able to actually manage. I think we will look at probably finishing top 4, and that would have been acceptable by Ole or the board, right? But now that you have this kind of players like Ronaldo, Pogba, Sancho, Varane, these are all players that are hungry to win trophies. These are all players that deserve trophies. And if it's going to play the same tactics as it did last season and expect the same result, I expect a different result, then I'm sorry to say he is not the right manager. Because there were so many things he said that was contradictory, in my opinion. Because he said he was going to play a 4-3-3, nowhere to be seen, and a lot of things were actually shady. So in my opinion, right now, he is not the right manager. Definitely not.
So what should Manchester United do? Because obviously they love Ole a lot. He's a legend at United. They love him. How are they going to measure whether this guy is being successful or not? I mean, you guys need to be challenging. You just mentioned 4 players there that you signed. You guys need to be challenging for the title with these types of players. If you're going to be on the periphery like 3rd or 4th, surely that's not good enough for United, is it, Ram?
It's not good enough. It's not good enough with the kind of players that we have. So I think there was this thing on social media where, because I follow a lot of these United Insta pages, and they come on with random topics talking about this kind of stuff. So what I said was, I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to say whether it's Ole in or Ole out, because I think that's a bit too early for me to say that. But I am reeling towards Ole out, because of what's going on. I am reeling towards it. Yeah. But I think realistically, I think we've got to see up till the 15th game, 15th or 16th. Okay. Yeah. So
where would you expect United to be then? Where would you expect United to be after 15 games?
Nothing less than second, to be honest.
Nothing less than second. And within touching distance of the leader, yeah? Within touching distance of the leader, yeah?
Absolutely. And to tell you the truth, Ray, I think Spurs are not far away, though.
I don't want to talk about Spurs. I don't want to talk about Spurs. This is about United. But I agree with you. I mean, I think United should be challenging with that team. And then, but my question to you is, they've just, more than me, as Ole signed a new contract recently, etc. Is it in the United DNA to sack a manager mid-season? Would they do something like that or not?
Well, I don't think he has done all that badly, in terms of results, to say that he deserves a sack right now or mid-season. But he will definitely, it will definitely start, ringing, in the board, because if you don't get a good run of results and playing as badly as they are right now, and if this continues, then I don't think they have a choice, because you're going to have players like Ronaldo, Varane, and all these kind of players that came in with a promise. They might not be able to actually see that promise living up to his promise. So I feel, now Ole is under immense pressure because of the players that he has brought in, because the board have supported him in getting the players that he wanted. Finally getting what he wants, plus Ronaldo as a bonus. Okay, he should deliver. If the board is going all in, he should go all in as well.
But is Ole within his rights, Ram, to say, well, look, I didn't actually ask for Ronaldo. You've given me Ronaldo, fine, but I didn't actually ask for him. So I want to play the team that I wanted to play. And obviously I will play Ronaldo, but he's not in my plans as part of the main part of the team. Is that a legitimate argument or not?
I still don't think so, because you can have all the players that you want, and still I don't see him changing his tactics much, to be very honest.
Let me stop you there. Yeah. So just enlighten me, because I don't know much about Ole, but what is his preferred formation?
Well, now he's playing a 4-2-3-1, which has always been his favorite position,
with McTominay and Fred as a two, yeah, in front of the back four.
Exactly, yeah. McFred and McSauce, as they say. Not so saucy after all, I can tell you for sure. So so
he's got those two. What about Matic? Is that a favour at the moment?
That is the thing. That's a very good point you brought up, Ray. I mean, if you ask me personally, right, I think Matic should be starting most of the games versus Fred, because Fred does not know how to pass the ball, does not know how to attack the ball. In his mind, he knows where to kick the ball, but when his legs do the action, it goes somewhere else. So I've always been a big fan of Matic, and I think Matic, yes, in center, and I wanted Beek as well to be there.
Oh, Beek,
I feel so bad for him, to be honest.
I mean, I know this is a CR7 discussion, but another thing I wanted to ask you is Donny van der Beek.
Yep.
Firstly, Ole did sign him, didn't he? It's an Ole signing, correct or not? Or he just told, So why doesn't he give him a chance?
To be very honest, to put it very simply, it just seems like Ole doesn't like him, or doesn't like his play, or doesn't like his gameplay.
So why did he sign him then?
Exactly. That was the question that I actually asked myself too. I said, why did you sign a player like this when you are not playing this guy? This guy is an amazing player. Right? He deserves all the credit, Even if you don't start every game, come on, 10, 11, 12 games, that would be good enough for a player like him to come on and show what he can do. And he did. And the thing is, Ray, he did show what he can do. And the thing is, immediately in the next game against Villarreal, he's out again.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else he has to do to get a starting, getting in the starting lineup for United, because he has done everything he could to prove himself. And I think, to be honest, if football to think about football first, I think Van der Beek should leave either on loan or go somewhere where he can get first team football, because I don't want United to destroy his career. He's got so much to offer.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's excellent. I mean, that's been really good discussion. I know it's late in Malaysia. Don't want to keep you too long, but just give us your final thoughts on the current, it's like, think of it of a half-term report, how United have done in terms of marks out of 10 and what you're looking for up to, moving forward from here.
Okay.
How many marks out of 10 would you give them so far in the first 6-7 games, whatever it is?
To be very honest, I'm gonna really put it all out here.
Yeah, sure.
Of course, I'm going to be upsetting a lot of United fans who are going to be watching this. But to be honest, I'm going to be very, very honest. With the players that United have, I only give them a 4.
4 out of 10, yeah.
I only give them a 4 out of 10. Yep, definitely. You can score goals, definitely. You can't defend. You don't know how to control the midfield. You don't know how to dominate games. So definitely it's a 4 for me because I'm scared of Chelsea. I'm even scared of Spurs, to be honest.
Don't be scared of Spurs. They won't do anything, don't worry.
But the way in comparison in terms of football, I think there is a good system where defense into midfield into attack. That's a good flow. They have good flow, but we don't have a good flow. We just hit and hope and rely
really.
on Fred and McTominay, and they're the heroes of United.
Couple of final questions before we finish, Ram. If Ole is to go, let's assume that he goes really badly and he goes, who would you want in of the available managers? Who would you want to get in?
Wow, that is a really, really good question. If I was just in a discussion yesterday with, of course, Bob Spur TV, and they actually did ask this question. And I know Conte is somewhere in the horizon because he is looking for a job. But I wouldn't say him personally. He would be a good manager, definitely, for sure. But I think the more realistic approach would either be Zidane, would be a good approach. Or if I wanted to go for someone that is, to say, under the radar, low profile, give him a good chance, I think I would say someone like Graham Potter.
I was just about to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say, I think he'd be a great fit for United. He'd get you playing the right way, organised and everything like that. Yeah, that would be great, actually. And what about a Roy Keane, Steve Bruce dream partnership? Do you like that?
Wow. I think bring it on, no problem. But I don't think that, I think it's all about the feel good factor, because when Ole came in, it's all about a feel good factor. If there is a partnership of Keane and Bruce, it's not a feel good factor. I think we're done with the feel good factor. We want to get a proper manager that can really win us games and win in style. And
I think it's the style of football that really matters for United. Yeah,
exactly. Yep.
Okay, listen, Ram, it's been a great pleasure talking to you. I really appreciate it. Just say a few words about your channel. I'll put the description in the link when the video goes out. Tell us a little bit about the Plot Malaysia.
Thank you very much, Ray. And once again, Ray, thank you so much for having me on the show. I love what you're doing, to be honest. Really enjoy watching all your streams.
Thank you very much.
Videos.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. And of course, looking forward to work together again in the future. We'll have you on the show soon, and the Plot Malaysia.
Yeah, no, don't worry. That's fine, But tell us about the Plot Malaysia. Tell us about your channel, and then we'll put the link in there,
Sure. So the Plot Malaysia, basically, we are a show where I am a Man United fan, as you can see, Man United fan, and I'm dressed up for the occasion because my co-host is actually a Liverpool fan. So my T-shirt says, "I'd rather walk alone." That's me, And of course, we invite fans from all over the world. It doesn't matter which club you support. You're welcome to be on our show. Talk about your team. Talk about the frustrations about the team, or celebrate the teams or the success of your teams. And of course, we enjoy, just having a informal and casual football discussion. So that's basically about us. And thank you very much.
And everybody, just to tell the viewers, I've watched the show. It's a great show. Ram and Harry are great hosts. They do a great show, and it's really, really interesting. I would urge you to subscribe to the channel and watch the video. I'll put the link in the description. And what we'll do, Ram, is after the United come and thrash Tottenham at the Tottenham Stadium, we'll have a post-match show after that. Yeah, should we do that?
Sure, we can do that. No problem at all. But I think I really have this feeling, if Ole doesn't change anything, I think Spurs might win that one.
Okay, we'll wait and see what happens with that. Well, take care, Ram. Thank you very much, and have a great time. And everybody, this is Ray from Spurs 9501. Ram from the Plot Malaysia, wishing you goodbye, and we'll see you on the next podcast. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ray. Cheers. Thank you so much.